Rangkus can be a difficult boss fight, mostly because even though his windups are long, the animations for his attacks are fast, making you rely more on reflexes than in previous boss fights. It's also because his flame-based attacks in Phase 2, which can set you on fire. Fire resistance goes a long way in this fight, so make sure you have some, and some fire cleanse potions as well. In Phase 1, his first combo is a slightly delayed horizontal swing followed by a delayed spinning swing. If you Brink Guard the second attack of this combo, you'll stagger Rangkus, providing a wide opening for attack. His second combo is 2 overhead swings followed by a delayed spinning swing and then a charged spinning overhead slam. This combo is always the same, so get used to Brink Guarding it, particularly the last attack, which is a large AoE. His third combo is an overhead slam, followed by a dodge roll and a horizontal swing, then a slightly delayed spinning swing, and finally another delayed spinning swing. If you manage to Brink Guard the final attack of this chain, he will again be staggered and wide open for attacks. Rangkus has ranged moves during this phase. The first one shoots homing shots that follow you and are easy enough to guard, but you can take chip damage if you don't guard early enough. The second one shoots out projectiles much more rapidly, but depletes a significant amount of Rangkus' stamina with each shot, so it's best to stay at range when he starts doing this until he drains his whole stamina bar before closing in and attacking. Note that he will often drink a stamina potion when his stamina is low after firing shots, and that you can interrupt this if you hit him. Also note that sometimes you cannot deplete his stamina no matter how much you attack, usually when he's backing away, so don't press the attack if his stamina bar is not going down. Sometimes he'll grapple around the arena, and it's best to follow him quickly to stay on top of him and force him to attack you. Just be careful not to get hit when he pulls himself forward if you move too quickly towards where he's going. He also has a burst attack where he'll charge at you quickly and poke you with his weapon. You must react fast, as it's much faster than previous burst attacks in previous boss fights, but he tends to do this mostly after being hit with a brutal attack. Once he hits about 60% health, he'll go into Phase 2, which you'll notice because his weapon will suddenly become a flamethrower. He'll attack immediately after this, so dodge the attack, and then try to get behind him to dodge the next gonal AoE attack, and then attack him. He'll usually do a spinning flame attack at this point, where he raises his burning weapon into the air and then begins spinning in a circle while moving quickly, shooting out fire trails that are targeted at you. You can sprint to quickly avoid them, but it's best to run slightly towards him as you run to the side, because it becomes harder for him to hit you when he does this attack. Watch for the leaping AoE at the attack's conclusion and block or dodge it. Occasionally during this phase, he'll raise his flaming weapon and then roll into a melee swipe. Immediately afterward, he'll grapple away and shoot a fire at you, which you can dodge or guard against, and then he'll follow up with a plunging AoE. Note that as the fight goes on, when he does this plunge attack, it will start causing a massive delayed explosion, so it's best to stay back until you're sure if it's happening or not. Sometimes he'll jump sideways with flames coming out of his weapon. When you see this, you need to dodge quickly. It's possible to dodge too quickly, but most of the time if you dodge as soon as you recognize this attack, you'll dodge it perfectly. Another attack he does is raise his flaming weapon and then start to twirl it around in the air before plunging into the ground, doing a large AoE attack, followed by another delayed AoE attack that explodes in an even larger radius, so get the hell away when you see this. Sometimes he will also fire projectiles at you while running towards you in this phase, which it's best to dodge since they can damage you even if you block, and then he will do an extremely delayed grab attack that is difficult to read. Make sure you wait until the last minute to dodge, but if you do it too early, dodge again quickly to hopefully still avoid the attack.